Hello and welcome to A Lonely Critic. My name is Anthony Renteria, and today I just got out of my screening for Duel, D-U-A-L, the new film by Riley Stearns. I think it's written and directed. Let me check. And sponsored by Milo's. Just kidding. Don't sue me, please. Okay, so it's directed by Riley Stearns and written by Riley Stearns. Okay, so this is the follow-up to The Art of Self-Defense, which I watched in whatever year it came out. And I remember that film being a spectacular dissection and satire of masculinity, and I absolutely love that movie. Duel is... Alright, okay, let's just get into it. Duel. So what is Duel? What is Duel about? Oof. Okay, so this movie's going to be hard to talk about because, one, I didn't know anything going into it, so that was great. But two, I'm just going to come out and say it because it's bothering me and it's hard to think. It's hard to process any emotions. But the ending of this film was absolutely, it was absolutely horrible. I think this is probably one of the worst endings of a movie I have ever seen in my entire life. And that is shocking. I'm speechless. I was speechless when the film ended, and I am still speechless. I did a little credit ramble on my Letterboxd. Just look up Anthony Renteria and I'll pop up there. I can't even process. Like, it's hard to think about anything without thinking how bad of an ending that was. But yeah, anyways, let's get into the movie. What is Duel about? Duel? So, the general plot of Duel, a woman with a terminal illness creates a clone so the clone can survive and live her life with her loved ones, never knowing that she is gone. So that's the general concept. I don't even want to say anything else about the narrative because it would be spoilers, and I do not spoil in this channel. Even though, like I said before this is the worst ending of a movie I have ever seen in my life. God, I cannot believe it. Okay, let's just hit the highlights and then we'll get out of here, because I just want to spoil the ending. Like, I just want to spoil how bad of an ending this is. Like, I love Riley Stearns. He's the writer and the director of this film. I loved. I gave this film a 10 out of 10. The Art of Self-Defense. It is peak satire, peak dissection of toxic masculinity. I loved the film. I loved it. I understand what Riley was going for in this film. I understand what he was trying to do with the ending. And I think this is the worst version of what he was wanting to do, of what he was doing. I don't know. Maybe, obviously in his mind it was great. And I damn it. Like, I don't even want to say it in like a negative way or like a demeaning way, but just me as a viewer, is just me, Anthony Renteria. Horrid ending. I can't even move past anything else because this is the worst ending ever. Like, it's just so bad. And I want to spoil it. I want to do my first ever spoiler review on this channel because it was nothing. Like, it's not even bad in a bad way. It's just nothing. You get nothing. Everything is nothing. Which fits with my, like, whole mental psyche. Like, anyone that knows me, like, I'm negative, I'm depressive, I'm lonely, I'm a lonely critic, nothing matters. This ending is like, shit, something has to matter, because if that's nothing, then wow, my ending's gonna be absolutely depressing, which it probably will. Anyways, let's hit the technical stuff, and I'll get the hell out of here, because it's just not. Oh my god. Okay, visuals. The cinematography was amazing. I love his shot designs. I love his compositions. I love how he shot it. I loved the lighting, the darkness, the depth. I have some complaints, but I'll save it for later. I'm just gonna go through the positives real quick. Score. I love the sound of the score. It honestly kind of reminded me of Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails, Atticus Ross. It had that kind of feel, and I loved it. The sound effects, awesome. The editing, perfect. The performances, Karen Gillan, she did amazing. I do not like her in the Avengers movies. I think it has more to do with the type of character she portrays, which is a very robotic, monotone character. In this movie, it makes sense. It makes sense with his The way he directs dialogue. I have some complaints about that later, but we're going through the positives. Aaron Paul, perfect casting, perfect role. I wish there was more of him. It was great. The narrative, the writing, the script. Okay, let's break this into two chunks. The ending is a 0 out of 10. The worst possible rating. It was worthless. I wish the movie just ended, and I wish the projector just stopped working, and then that was it, right before the ending starting. That would have made the movie, for me, an 8 out of 10. Everything pre-ending was an 8 out of 10. It was a great experience, great movie, great moments, great ideas, great concepts, great everything. Everything was great. Everything was great. I loved it. Ending was a 0 out of 10. The worst ending I've ever seen in a film. The only ending I've ever seen that's ruined everything previous to it. Maybe I'm overreacting. I don't know. It was just so flat. It was so nothing. It didn't even make me angry. Like, it wasn't a bad ending. It was just an ending. And I think that makes it worse. Like, if it was, like, it's not even a bad ending, it's just a flat ending. And that makes it the worst possible ending. Like, I think if it was actively bad, angered me, it would be okay. But the fact that it did nothing is making me angry that it didn't even become bad or become good. It's like a flat line horridness. And I can't get over it. I can't process anything. I don't even know if I'm going to post this review because I'm just like, my mind is broken. I'm shattered. I'm a shattered being lost in the cosmos of whatever. Anyways, what was I talking about? Let's talk about pre-ending. I love the dialogue. It's super flat. It's sharp. It's pointed. It's blunt. I don't know how anything can be pointed and blunt at the same time, but it is. It is satire and it's dry. It is dry as sand. It is dry as picking up a bundle of sand in your hands and shoving it in your mouth and chewing on it and trying to swallow it. The only complaint that I have is the beginning of the film does not set up what we should be feeling. Like, the only reason I started to grapple onto the dry dialogue and the dry sense of humor and the way that the dialogue was delivered was because I had experience with The Art of Self-Defense. I think if I hadn't had that experience, this would probably be the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. But because I knew that he had made The Art of Self-Defense, I was like, okay, wait, I'm expecting Art of Self-Defense. When is that going to start? For the first 20 minutes of this film, I didn't feel what I thought I was going to get. And then after those 20 minutes, I started to get what I was expecting, and I was like confused because I was thinking, why did it take so long? Like, in my mind, just me learning as a filmmaker and me wanting to be a good filmmaker, I'm trying to learn as much as I can from films. And one thing is, like, set the tone. Like, set the tone as rapidly, as early, as fast as you can, because it will allow people to enjoy the film for a longer period of time. And I think Riley kind of screwed up the beginning of this film, and obviously the ending, which we're not going to really talk about. But the first 20 minutes of the film does not establish the sense of humor and the cadence and the satire that we are receiving. The Art of Self-Defense was immediate. I remember the first 5 minutes of that film was like, oh, this is the kind of film we're in. This film, not so much. It almost plays like a normal, typical indie drama. And then the dialogue is just absolutely dry. And you're like, is this like a fake movie? Is this like a joke movie? What is this? And it takes until, you know, she gets diagnosed with a terminal illness. And that's when the film kind of, you realize, okay, I'm supposed to be laughing. But you didn't laugh for the first 20 minutes because you didn't know. But if you were to start, it just boggles my mind that he started The Art of Self-Defense in a very dry way to where he didn't have this issue. So why wouldn't you start Duel the same way? There's a lot of errors. I don't understand. I don't understand why there's so many flaws when this is a follow-up to a film that I think is a 10 out of 10. I don't know. I don't understand. Can't wrap my head around it. Maybe he was rushed. Maybe it was the pandemic. Maybe there was many factors I'm not even thinking about. I don't know. But first 20 minutes does not do a good enough job of establishing the tone. In my opinion, after those first 20 minutes, the tone of the film was perfect. I had some complaints about the score. I had complaints about the score. It felt very mixed. I mean, all films feel very forced. You know, like, you'll notice any emotional scene. If you watch it, like, if you watch any emotional scene in a movie, in like a clip on YouTube, it feels so over dramatic. But when you're watching in the film, it builds. This film had a very weird flaw where every time the score swelled, it was it felt like it was out of nowhere. So I don't know if it was a sound mixing, score design, or editing problem, maybe all three combined, but there was many moments where the score swelled to such a level that I was like, I get it, like I understand you're pumping up this score, it doesn't feel natural. There was no score for like 10 minutes and now suddenly this huge burst of score. It didn't feel organic. It took me out of the movie. I was thinking about the score and how they were just turning up the volume knob. I didn't like it. So in that regard, that was another negative. That's about it. I don't want to talk about this movie anymore. I have a headache. I'm tired. It was such a bad ending. I will say genius concept, genius idea, nearly genius execution. I think if the ending, if you were to just cut the movie off at 20 minutes before it ended, the movie just ends. No ending. Just fucking cuts to black. I think I'd give this film an 8 out of 10. It was great until the end. I want to give it a 4 out of 10 and I feel so bad. It is a bad movie. Oh, no, it's not. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. 5 out of 10. 4 out of 10. 5 out of 10. 4. 5. 4. This is hard. There's many moments pre-ending that I love, that I absolutely love, that made me laugh. I was laughing at some of these moments, talking about, you know, the satire of the medical industry, you know, emotional distress. Yeah, it's a 4 out of 10. It's a bad movie. It's a bad movie. God, that sucks to say, because it's just the ending. For me, I want to apologize. I don't know why. But for me, it's a 4 out of 10. It was a bad movie. The ending ruined everything for me. Pre-ending, 8 out of 10. Post-ending, 4 out of 10. That's my rating. That's my review. Those are my immediate reactions of Duel. Riley Stearns. I don't know why anyone didn't talk to you. I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something. If someone understands, maybe the ending is good. Maybe I don't get it. If someone gets it, maybe I'm missing something. Just explain what you felt from the ending in the comments below. I guess for anyone who wants to watch the movie, don't go in the comments then, because you'll get spoiled. But anyways, or email me if you want to spoil it and talk to me. Email me or contact me on Letterboxd. I have a credit ramble at Anthony Renteria, or contact me on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. All those links are below in the description. Yeah, let's talk about this movie down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great week. If you watch this movie, please let me know. Am I insane for thinking this is one of the worst endings I've ever seen in my life? Give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, and thank you so much. Give this video a like if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you like my stuff. If you don't, that's okay. I am a work in progress, so that's fine. Give me some feedback. Probably won't listen to it because I don't know. And I'll see you next week. Have a good day.